Hello everybody, I'm Abby Burning and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm wearing a mask to start this video off. Yeah, a lot of people have been wearing masks in Korea these days and I just thought I'd tell you why. I'm sure you've all heard of the coronavirus. I mean, it's everywhere, literally everywhere at this point, I'm sure. So, you may have also seen some news about Korea. Like in American media, I guess. I know some of my family has mentioned that, oh, Korea was in the news today about the coronavirus. So yeah, that's great. Apparently, Korea is the number 2 country following China of number of people, the most number of people with the coronavirus. And so I thought I would just kind of give you an update about my life and let you know that I'm still good. I'm still in Korea. I do not have the coronavirus as far as I know yet, so I just thought I'd make this video kind of updating you on like what's going on in Korea and how people are reacting, how people are responding, how the government is responding, and just why are there so many cases of the coronavirus in Korea. So I'll address all those subjects in this video. Alright. So, number 1, the government response. I think in Korea, the government is responding very, very well. From the beginning, there were signs everywhere about wear a mask, wash your hands, sneeze into your elbow, that kind of thing. And the subway stations have like little posts where you can like sanitize, there's like a hand sanitizer thing, and they had like free masks in the beginning, but they all kind of ran out now, but you still have like the little hand sanitizing stations in a lot of places, like subway stations, and even like some restaurants have them now. But the Korean government has been super transparent with the amount of cases there have been, where the patients have been, like who they've been in contact with, how old they are, male or female. Like, it's crazy. Like, I'll show you this website right now. Like, this is what I've been using every day to like kind of update myself. So this is it's probably like mirrored, but it's like hard to see, but coronamap.site, it shows like where all the cases are, and it shows how many people currently have the virus in Korea. It just became 2,000, over 2,000, and then it shows how many people are cured of the virus, 26, how many deaths there have been, 13, and it's interactive, so you can like zoom in on your area. There's a little legend here that shows like if you see a green dot, that means they updated it, I guess, so they don't have like the old cases on here, I guess. So the green ones are between 4 and 9 days ago, the yellow ones are within 24 hours to 4 days, and the red dots are like within 24 hours they've been there. And like right now, most of the map just shows like the yellow and green. Like in Seoul, like I'm in Seoul of course, so I can only tell you from like the Seoul perspective, but Seoul, it seems to be like not increasing at a super rapid rate, so that's good. But there is a city where it has been increasing like crazy, and the city is like the reason why this number is so high in Korea. I don't know if you've heard of the city Daegu. There's a reason for that, which I'll get to later. But anyway, Seoul, like from my perspective being in Seoul, it's been pretty like chill, I guess. Like everybody has masks, like there aren't any lines out the door to like buy masks. But there hasn't really been a disruption of daily life in any sort of way. Like people are still going to work, people are still going about their business. A couple things that have happened, kindergartens were canceled, like all kindergarten classes were canceled from like a couple weeks ago. I think they might still be canceled. And I got word last week that elementary school students, I don't know about like middle and high school, but elementary school students will go to school a week later. I know a lot of private academies closed for a week, so I'll be at school next week. Like, I'm in my vacation time right now, so this has been a great vacation, just staying cooped up in my house. I was supposed to go to Thailand and Singapore, but that was canceled for obvious reasons. So yeah, like I'll be at school next week because my vacation ends, but the students won't be there for a whole another week, so I'll just be desk warming again. I mean, like, there are some people who are upset that we didn't cut off people from China coming into Korea, because I think that's still allowed if they're not in like the Hubei province or whatever. But number 2, second topic of my video, how is like the general public reacting? People are trying to avoid like highly populated areas and stuff. I had Mika tickets for next week. Concerts canceled, so I was really disappointed about that. First I have to cancel my vacation, then my Mika concert is canceled. I want Mika to be safe, and I don't know, I'm sad. But anyway, so like the people, like from the second the virus came out, like everybody started wearing masks, like absolutely everybody. Like if you see video footage of Korea on the news and like think people are freaking out because they're wearing like these masks, they're not freaking out, at least not in Seoul that I've seen. It's just that like everybody in Korea wears masks anyways. Like if you have a cold, it's not really common to take a sick day here if you're sick, so you just wear a mask to your work so you're not like infecting other people. I mean, Korea has like insane pollution problems, and so like people are wearing masks at least like once a week during pollution season, probably more than once a week during pollution season. So like everybody has masks anyway. Like they're used as like a style accessory a lot of times. You have like the cloth black masks. People just wear them like because it goes with their outfit. And I've been known to wear masks on days when I don't want to like do all my makeup. Like everybody just wears masks anyway. So like people weren't like when the government told everybody wear a mask, like they did, but like it wasn't a cause for like panic because everybody wears masks here anyway. People are avoiding higher populated areas, people are wearing masks and all that stuff, so that's good. I feel like a lot of people in Korea had a more serious perspective of the virus than I initially did, because everybody's just like, it's just like another flu, you don't have to worry about it. But then like I kept looking more into it and it's like, yeah, I guess it's not just another flu. Like there are some long-term like lung problems you can have even if you recover. Like now it's like I see the cause for concern a lot more than I did in the beginning when I was just like, it's just another flu. Third topic then, why is Korea the number 2 country with the most virus cases? It is a crazy story. It is not because we are in such close proximity to China. It is because of a cult. It is because of a cult, and it is pissing off so many people in this country. Like, let me tell you, like, there are petitions online to disband this cult, but you know, like, Korea is, like, they have freedom of religion here, so that's kind of hard to do. So, I don't know if you've heard of a cult called Shincheonji. Shincheonji. Hard to say, but like, it's one of the biggest cults in Korea. I'll just kind of explain like why it's a cult first and like what their practices are, because that kind of goes into why they are the reason behind the spread of the virus in this country. So they are a cult who believes their leader is the Messiah. The way they evangelize is street evangelism, which is kind of like the story I told in the previous video about cults, where like they just like find people on the streets and they're like, oh, do you want, like, they start talking to them, and then eventually they're like, to Korean people, oh, do you want language classes? Or to foreign people, oh, do you want to make Korean friends? And like that kind of stuff. They just try to get you, and then like you go to their Bible studies, and then like eventually you're in this cult because you believe what they say. And another big reason, or another big way they evangelize or bring people into the cult, is that they send their spies to other normal Christian churches, and they kind of like, they infiltrate the church with their members, and they kind of gain status. They start a controversy about like the pastor or a higher up person in a higher position, and they bring all the people to their side in the controversy, and then blah blah blah. the church is a new branch of the cult. Like, that's what happens. And so that is what happened with this virus, basically. There was a lady, she's called Patient 31. Patient 31, of course, was in this cult. And apparently she went to infiltrate this other church. Like, she spread it to her own cult church. She spread it to this completely innocent church. And it just went crazy from there. And one of the things, I was kind of researching this cult a little bit in the wake of the virus. And one of their teachings is that basically sickness is like a weakness. If you're sick, just like they have to basically keep going. Otherwise, they're giving in to like the devil or something like that. And so this lady, even though she was sick, like apparently she just kept going around spreading it. She became the first super spreader in this country. And so like I think at one point half of the coronavirus cases in Korea were from this cult, and like from people in this cult who had the coronavirus and spread it in Daegu, which is the city I mentioned before. So this is all happening in Daegu. And then what makes it even worse is that the church higher-ups were emailing their members and telling them, keep going around to these other innocent churches and don't worry about spreading the virus, because we want to make it a general population problem. We don't want it to be associated with Shincheonji. And then people heard about that, and gosh dang it, they got a lot of backlash from that. And then like the leader guy, the guy who claims to be the Messiah, came out and was like, cooperate with the government. This disease was sent from the devil to take us down and to prevent us from spreading our truth. And so I guess from what I've heard after hearing from their Messiah to cooperate with the government, they started cooperating with the government. Because before they weren't even cooperating with the government. Like, this lady, like she went to the hospital. She didn't give them information on who she contacted, where she was, because she didn't want to give up the fact that she was in this cult. And I heard a story about this other girl who was like in her 20s or something, who got the virus, who was in this cult. She went to the hospital, she took the test, and I guess they told her they had the virus, and she ran away from the hospital because I guess she didn't want people to know she was associated with this cult, or she didn't want to know that, like, she didn't want people to know that, oh, the cult is continuing to spread the disease around. It's crazy. And like the government had to go in and sanitize down their entire church. And now the government had to pass a law that if you don't cooperate with the government on like getting tested when you need to be tested, because like all the members of Shincheonji got like notifications from the government that they were like, it was recommended that they get testing for this because they are like a high risk population right now. And they didn't. Like, it's so crazy. And so the government had to make like this law that you have to cooperate. Like, you can't, like, no more choice. If you get told to get tested by the government, you have to get tested. Like, it's like you're putting the whole population at risk. And to end this video, I guess I just want to mention one more thing that I found. And like, it's this article from independent.co.uk about a man receiving a $3,500 medical bill for a coronavirus test after returning to the US from China. That's not the treatment. That is the test. That is absolutely insane. Like, I am pretty sure like the only reason why the Korean government was able to nab these people like with the virus so efficiently is because everybody in Korea goes to the hospital for like everything anyway. Like, for a cold, people go to the hospital to get like treatment for a cold. For like the smallest things, people go to the hospital because it's super cheap. Like, there are so many hospitals here. Since everybody goes to the hospital for the littlest thing anyway, people are going to the hospital to to get these coronavirus tests, even if they're like not, even if they don't have any reason to believe that they've got the coronavirus. And it's like, it just makes me worry about America. Like, even if the coronavirus doesn't end up being as bad as like people worry about, like, what if it was something else, you know? What if it was a more serious virus or something that came to America and people receive word that you get a $3,500 medical bill for the test itself, not even including the treatment. Like, who's gonna go to the hospital to test for this disease? Like, nobody. Like, imagine if it was a more serious virus. This is like scary news to me. Like, I feel more safe in a country with the second most amount of people with this virus than I do in America, just because people aren't gonna get tested in America if they're gonna be stamped with a $3,000 test bill, you know? So anyway, all that aside, that is my update. I hope it's been informative. If you have any questions that I didn't answer, let me know. I think I'll stop this video here. See ya!